Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today's guest is an actor who has steadily made his way into everyone's hearts. Please join me in welcoming Siddhant Chaturvedi. Hi Siddhant, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for such a sweet introduction.
Love to be here with you at the crack of dawn because that's when we've been here since. But I'd like to just tell you that there's no one else I'd rather do it with.
Oh wow, thank you.
High praise, right? High praise. Okay, I have to start with the fact that it's Diwali season and it's one of the biggest festivals in India. So tell me how you're going to be celebrating and do you have any fond memory of Diwali over the years?
Well, I'm usually with my family and पूजा होती है घर पे और उसके बाद पेरेंट्स के साथ ही होता हूँ मैं usually and बचपन में तो we used to go out and जहाँ पे मैं रहता हूँ वहाँ पे पटाखे जलाते थे but अब पिछले 5 साल से I think थोड़ा कम कर दिया because also we growing conscious of the environment so थोड़ा बहुत वो कम कर दिया मैंने but फुलझड़ी तो जला ही सकते हैं और दिया लगता है और नए नए कपड़े पहनते हैं मुझे याद है दिवाली हम वेट किया करते थे क्योंकि मॉम डैड जाके नए कपड़े लाते थे हमारे लिए तो ये सारी मेमोरीज़ हैं और गुजिया बनता है हमारे यहाँ पे वो बनाती मम्मी और ये सब चीज़ें हैं अब इस साल भी ऐसा ही कुछ होगा
Well, I hope you guys have a really fun Diwali this year. We're obviously here at this really fun walkathon, so I must ask you, what is your fitness mantra and what does fitness really mean to you?
Fitness for me is playing. I think when we were kids, we never thought about fitness, as the word. We used to just play and we used to do our thing, and that used to be, taken care of.
और ये हमारी generation, last वाली generation थी जो बाहर जाके खेलती थी.
जो बाहर जाके खेलती थी, हम लोग पकड़ा पकड़ी खेलते थे. और बहुत सारी फुटबॉल खेलते थे क्रिकेट खेलते थे कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है खेलना बंद हो गया फ़ोन्स आ गए हैं तो लोग फ़ोन्स पे बैठे रहते हैं मैं भी खुद बैठा रहता हूँ बहुत बार लेकिन बीइंग एज एन एक्टर आई फील इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज my audience is the youth so to appeal to them to influence them you also have to follow a certain way so I feel what I do personally is again I have not stopped playing I still play football on Sundays you'll see me I've just signed up with the all stars so I'll be playing
आपकी पैप स्पॉटिंग्स दिख जाती है हमें
हाँ तो वो तो है ही and martial arts is something which as a kid I was always fond of so I do all of that mix and match with it but I not necessarily the gym fitness I'm not a treadmill guy I really like to walk or run around my where I live or just go on the beach and do some martial arts drills do some kicks or do some flips and gymnastics and all of that but yeah I like to just play around I like to have fun with it I like to do parkour so for me
I love that it's very outdoorsy fitness kind of thing
that's my thing even when I was in Goa for Gehraiyaan I had to get in shape I never actually hit the gym I was only in my lawn I just set up
really
yeah you don't need anything there was a coconut tree I tied some rope on it and then it's as simple as that
that's what you that's crazy that's so fun
and maybe like boxing drills for an hour that really burns the a lot of calories actually it's like a cardio for me and for strength you just do push-ups push-up pull-ups whatever wherever you find a branch just make sure that it's
wait you're like a Mowgli jungle book situation happening here na पेड़ पे लगा दी रस्सी चढ़ गए
absolutely it should be play it should be fun it should not be fitness because fitness kya hai it's a lifestyle if you are not around people like that if you're not born in a environment like that then it just becomes you'll do it for a month but then you'll chuck it after a while and then you'll stop and like पेट आ गया यार अभी ये हो गया वो गया but if you make a part of it make it like a game basically हर संडे नीचे सोसाइटी में क्रिकेट भी होता है तो वहाँ पे भी जाता हूँ मैं तो मेरा तो खेलने कूदने में हो जाता है फिटनेस
I love that very different segue but we're just going to get into it because there's no easy segue from fitness into this but you are like the true blue outsider of this industry and you really have made it. I want to know who has been Siddhant's biggest support during all this time because it really does take a village of people backing you and supporting you, right?
Absolutely. You can't do it alone. It's not possible to do it alone. You have to have people who really believe in you and it's just that and who push you when you're down because there are a lot of rejections every day. I've given like so many auditions and going back home rejected but my parents were always there. They were always there to put me up and have faith in me. They always pushed me. They always were made me financially secure. so that I don't have to do things which I don't want to do. So choices is all it is. Like I could have maybe done something which I didn't want to do just because I wanted to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But my parents were like, no, you're made for something big. You're made for something big, and that was always the vision.
I love that.
So they never let me settle down for something which is they thought is is not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So for me, same, how I now there is a connection between fitness and this. I'll tell you how. You can't. The thing is, for me, it should come naturally.
Sure.
Like even in fitness, it should come with a game. Even when I'm acting, I'm very choosy about the things which I do. I really need to enjoy it.
Sure.
I just don't want to do things which I don't want to, because that's what my life was when I was doing chartered accountancy. I used to study for 14 hours even though I didn't want to pursue that.
Yeah.
And that's a tough situation to be in. If you're forced to
love
do.
what you do.
Yeah, just because you want to, everybody else is doing it and there is a pressure, I'm coming from a middle class family, there's always a pressure around, the
Absolutely.
रिश्तेदारी बहुत लोग होते हैं जो बोलते हैं कि नहीं नहीं पढ़ लो ये कर लो. बट मैंने वो भी किया ये भी किया, उनका भी मन रख लिया, मैंने पढ़ाई भी कर ली और उसके बाद फिर अपना मन रखने के लिए मैं जो मैं कर रहा हूँ वो कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah. You found like the perfect sweet spot to keep
Yeah.
them happy and
Yeah.
yourself happy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama and Papa Chaturvedi for the support and the backing
Yeah.
always. Now that I have you here, I must ask you, you have the upcoming Phone Bhoot coming
Yes.
up with Katrina Kaif and Ishaan Khatter. I won't ask you how the experience was because ये question हमने बहुत सुना है.
Yeah.
I'm sure
And
it was great.
I mean, it was great because you saw it on Coffee with Karan.
Yeah.
We just chill people, yeah. Like Katrina is so much fun, hardworking. There's so much to learn from her, and Ishaans is a buddy. It's a vibe.
So
Can't
tell
explain it to
me,
you.
what is something that surprised you about the two of them that you kind of learnt about them while you were shooting?
With Katrina, surprised her comic timing. I mean, I'd seen it in.
She's really funny, actually.
She is very funny. Ajab Prem Ki Ghazab, we had seen her comic
Yeah.
timing there, and then after, I think she didn't do a comedy film after that, for long. And then this is where she, I was really surprised, and she has a sense of humor,
Yeah.
and it's more of a.
It's a very dry British kind of sense of
yeah. It's more like so we vibe with it. It's that's the. That's a takeaway from her. And with Ishaan, what surprised me is he's very disciplined. He might look funky and chill, and but he's very disciplined. He'll do his workouts. He'll know every line. He'll do. For me, the thing is, I free flow. I don't do my lines. I want to be spontaneous at times. But he knew my scenes, his scenes, everybody's scenes, and he's very disciplined and. Might not come across because he's just very jumpy and chirpy and cool, but yeah, he's very disciplined, and that's what I learned from him.
I love that. Okay, we're going to quickly pivot into a really fun rapid fire all about Siddhants so that your fans can know a little bit more about you. If you had to pick someone from Bollywood to be your Skechers walkathon partner, who would it be?
But there's so many of them, all of them. Skechers walkathon. I think Ishaan.
Ishaan would be.
Yeah, because we have a great time. चलते चलते कब सफर कट जाएगा
You
पता नहीं
talked about on Coffee with Karan also about your working out together and all of that, na? Like all
so
the
I think he'll lead me in a very good way. He's quite motivating.
I love it. Okay, what was Siddhant's first ever paycheck and what was it for?
My first ever paycheck was...
I love it because it's going to be such a nice middle class answer and we are all going to relate to it so well.
My first paycheck was, I think, my stipend. I think it was around 1,500 but I won't count that as my paycheck because एक होती है ना paycheck की feeling जब आती है कि ये मैंने कमाया है. That I felt like कि नहीं यार ये नहीं करना है मुझे life में जब मैं CA कर रहा था. So my first paycheck was from this, like ये जो मैं करना चाहता हूँ उसमें was 2,500 rupees. I'd done a print shoot for a real estate ad.
Yeah.
So I'd done a print shoot and 2,500 rupees का check मिला था वो जो आज भी मम्मी ने मंदिर में रखा हुआ है.
I love that, and I love the way that you said ki I won't count that because people don't think of it like that. I love it. Okay, who is the best co-star you've had till date and why? Can be male or female. You cannot pick Ishaan or Katrina because that is an easy answer.
I think my best co-star till date would be Mr. Amit Sial from Inside Edge.
Love him. Just interviewed him recently. What a guy.
What a guy.
So
I
funny.
exactly.
Yaar.
He's so funny.
सीधी उसमें बस कुछ भी बोल देते हैं. It's too good.
He's a baller. He's a boss man. Yeah. I learned so much from him. He's like a big brother to me. We still meet.
Really?
Yeah. He's very close to my dad now because my dad's a chartered accountant. So he's very close. He keeps coming to the office and he's I think my best co-star so far. I learned so much.
What is the wildest rumor you've ever heard about yourself? And I'm sure there have been a few.
Wildest, yeah. I mean, there are not many actually about me. That I'm a rapper. I'm not a rapper. Yeah, people thought I was a rapper.
No, guys, he was just playing a rapper.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that was the wildest rumor, and then I became a rapper. So because I acquired that skill on the film. But
You did. You rapped today also a little bit at the event. Na? Thoda sa with your.
Yeah, now this is a part of me.
It comes around say. Your biggest pet peeve on a set when you're shooting?
When the mic is being adjusted 100 times. You know, I think that's quite when you're trying to get into a scene. Sir, thoda idhar, sir, thoda idhar. So mic ko bar or when you're not like waxed, then it just really it just.
That's a very apt.
Waxing is almost gets waxed almost by the end of a film.
Thanks for this info. I love it. I love it. Most bizarre reason you've ever been rejected for a role?
Most bizarre reason that I've been rejected for a role. A lot of reasons. I have a good one. That I'm a very good dancer. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that was a reason. I didn't know, but we want somebody who can't dance, who should look naturally bad as a dancer. So, and this was a big film, which I will never tell you which film it was. It was back when I was 19 years old. I auditioned for this part, and they told me to dance, so I danced. And they're like, no, but we want people who look like amateurs. I was like, yeah, but I can tone it down.
I can act like I'm bad.
Yeah, I can act like I'm bad.
Oh,
what is
God.
this reason that I'm a good dancer? And I was like, it's bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
This is like some actresses get like, you're too pretty. You look too pretty. And you're like, sorry, well, I guess. Okay.
Relatable nahi lag rahe ho.
Yes. And lastly, what is the craziest or the weirdest or most intense thing you've ever done for a role?
I got slapped I got slapped 14 times during Amit Sial, Inside Edge. It's like
Acha, bar.
Yeah, so the director didn't want to do that, and he's like, we'll act. But Amit Sial came to the first day of shoot, Inside Edge, and he came to me and he's like, देख ऐसा है कि मैं नकली मारूंगा तो तू नकली रोएगा. मैंने बोला हाँ सर सही बात है. तो मैं असली मारता हूँ. मैंने बोला ठीक है सर. एक बार दो बार तो खा लेगा ना. मैंने बोला हाँ सर ठीक है. एंड दो बार तो ठीक था. वो टेक पे टेक 14 थप्पड़ मारे उन्होंने. मैं लाल हो गया था पूरा. तो आई थिंक दैट वाज द आइस ब्रेकर विद हिम, एंड ही इज अ बिट मेथड, ही इज अ Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, he's a little intense that way.
Yeah, so he's a little intense, but that really was, I mean, I did not enjoy it. I was very, when I went back home, I'll kill that guy. Now they're friends. I'll kill that guy, this, that, but at times you have to kind of, push yourself a little bit. But yeah, that's the craziest thing.
That is an icebreaker if there ever was one.
Thappad maar ke, hello, hi.
Good, nice to meet you, bro. Besties we're going to be.
But we are now. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Siddhant. Thank you for doing this with me, and I wish you all the very best for your entire journey ahead.
Thank you so much.